Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, a place where we explore books that help us grow, heal, and understand life better. Today, we are talking about a deeply emotional and powerful book, The Art of Being Alone, by Renuka Gavrani. This book is not just about loneliness. It's about rediscovering yourself when life goes silent. It's about finding peace in solitude and turning pain into strength. So, if you've ever felt alone, if you've ever wondered why people leave, or if you are learning to love yourself again, then this video is for you. Let's dive deep into The Art of Being Alone, a book that reminds us that being alone is not a weakness, it's a new beginning. Part 1, Understanding Loneliness. Renuka Gavrani begins by explaining that loneliness is not always a bad thing. It's a state of realization, a space where you meet your truest self. Most of us are afraid of being alone because we connect loneliness with rejection or sadness. We think that if no one is beside us, something must be wrong with us. But the truth, as Renuka beautifully writes, is this. Being alone is not about missing others, it's about meeting yourself. Loneliness gives us silence. And silence gives us answers that noise never could. It's during those quiet nights, when the world is asleep, that you finally start hearing your own thoughts. You begin to understand what you truly feel, what you truly want, and who you truly are. That's the first step, accepting that solitude is not emptiness. It's space. Space for healing, reflection, and rebirth. Part 2, Self-Discovery in Solitude. Once you stop running from loneliness, you start walking with it. You start discovering layers of yourself that were hidden beneath expectations, relationships, and chaos. Renuka says, when you are alone, you stop performing for others and start being real. When you spend time alone, you realize how much of your life was shaped by other people. Their opinions, their judgments, their choices. And slowly, you begin to reclaim your own voice. You start enjoying your own company. Reading a book alone. Having coffee in silence. Watching the sunset without taking a photo for social media. In those moments, you learn that peace doesn't come from people, it comes from presence. Renuka explains that solitude is a form of self-care. When you are alone, you are not abandoned. You are returning home to yourself. Part 3, Healing from Pain and Letting Go. One of the most emotional parts of the book is about healing. Renuka writes from a place of honesty. That healing is not beautiful. It's messy, confusing, and often painful. When you are alone after losing people, after heartbreaks, after being misunderstood, your heart aches for connection. But she reminds us, you don't heal by filling the void with people. You heal by understanding the void itself. We often try to escape loneliness by jumping into distractions. Scrolling through social media, texting old friends, or pretending we're okay. But healing begins the day you stop running. The day you sit with your pain. Cry if you must, but face it fully. Because once you face it, it loses its power. Renuka says, sometimes, being alone is how the universe protects you. To rebuild you, in silence. Part 4, Learning to Love Yourself. After pain comes self-love. The most beautiful gift of solitude. In this part, Renuka writes that self-love isn't about candles or affirmations only. It's about respecting yourself even when others don't. It's about choosing yourself when no one else does. She says, loving yourself is not arrogance. It's acceptance. When you start giving yourself the same care and understanding that you gave others, you stop depending on people to validate your worth. You begin to enjoy your own presence. You start dressing up for yourself, laughing alone, celebrating small wins, and forgiving your past. The author encourages readers to treat solitude as a mirror. Not to judge yourself, but to truly see yourself. Because once you accept who you are, flaws, scars, and all, you become free. Part 5, Strength Through Solitude. One of the core messages of The Art of Being Alone is that solitude makes you strong. People think strength means being surrounded by others. But true strength is when you can stand alone and still smile. Renuka writes, the strongest souls are those who have learned to walk alone in the dark. When you are alone, you learn to depend on yourself. To make decisions, to find peace, to stay grounded. You stop begging for attention. You stop chasing temporary people. You stop fearing silence. You realize that peace is not found in crowds. It's found inside your calm heart. And from that strength, you start building a new life. A life led by your own light. Part 6, Reconnecting with the world, with balance. Being alone doesn't mean you must isolate yourself forever. Renuka reminds us that solitude is meant to heal you, not hide you. Once you are healed, you can connect with others again. This time, without losing yourself. You start choosing people who value your energy. You learn to set boundaries. You no longer chase toxic love or friendships that drain you. You love freely, not because you need someone, but because you want to share your peace. Renuka beautifully puts it as, when you learn to be happy alone, you become unbreakable in relationships. Because now, you're not looking for someone to complete you. You are already whole. Part 7, The Spiritual Side of Being Alone. Beyond the emotional and psychological aspects, Renuka also touches the spiritual meaning of solitude. She explains that silence connects you to something bigger. Your inner spirit, your soul, your higher purpose. When you're constantly surrounded by people and noise, you can't hear that inner voice. The one that tells you what truly matters. In solitude, you reconnect with the universe. You start seeing signs, feeling peace in nature, and realizing that you were never truly alone. You were always guided. It's in that space of silence that wisdom grows. You begin to understand life, not as chaos, but as a calm, flowing river that carries you forward. Part 8, Living Alone, but Not Lonely. Renuka ends the book with a simple but powerful message. Being alone and being lonely are not the same. Loneliness is when you miss others. But being alone is when you meet yourself. She encourages readers to create a life that feels peaceful, even if it looks quiet. Read books. Write your thoughts. Take walks alone. Enjoy sunsets. Be your own best friend. Because once you learn to love your own company, you'll never feel truly alone again. Renuka says, aloneness is freedom. The freedom to grow, to feel, to become. So, my friend, if you're watching this and you are feeling alone right now, remember this. You are not broken. You are becoming. Maybe this is your season of silence. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because when you learn the art of being alone, you stop fearing life, and you start creating it. You begin to glow differently. Not because someone loves you, but because you finally love yourself. And that is the most powerful kind of freedom. Thank you for watching. If this video touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more book summaries and motivational stories. Remember, you are never truly alone. You are simply growing in silence.